What's up guys, in this video we're gonna take a look at the action button. Since the first iPhone we had this really simple mute switch where you can just mute your iPhone, which all iPhones had in common. All iPhones up to the 14 series had it, and on the 15 series only the 15 and 15 Plus still have it. With 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max however, we now have an action button. The default setting here is still mute mode. This means that if you want, you can also use the new action button as a mute switch as usual. But however, you can set the function assignment according to your wishes in the settings. But how do you activate silent mode if the action button is assigned with another function? You can do this at any time at the control center. There is now a button here which you can easily switch silent mode on or off. On the classic mute switch, you could always tell from the red marking whether the iPhone is currently muted or not. This is now displayed in the status bar at the top left next to the time. You can also see this in the control center. The idea behind the action button is now that you can alternatively assign other functions to it. You can do this in the settings under action button. Here are the features you can choose from: silent mode, focus, camera, flashlight, voice memo, translator, magnifier, shortcut, accessibility, and no action. If you want to use the new function, it's not enough to simply press it briefly as you can see here, but rather you have to hold the button down for just a second. This is also pointed out. The reason you have to press it longer is simply that if you press it unintentionally, the function would always be switched on and off. Let's take a closer look at the functions. There is a focus here that I have put on work, for example, and you can see that I can easily switch the focus on and off here. On the camera, you can set a specific recording mode by opening the camera, for example video, and as you can see here, by holding down the action button, the camera opens directly in video mode. By holding down the action button here in the camera app, or no matter what camera mode, be it in photo or video, you can make a quick video recording and it will run as long as I keep the action button pressed. Next we have the flashlight. This means you can easily switch the flashlight on and off directly using the action button, and you can also see it up in the dynamic island. With voice memo, you can start a voice recording at any time directly using the action button and then stop it again. With the magnifier, you can directly access the magnifier app and all the functions that are available here. Shortcut is a very valuable function because this opens up so many more possibilities. There are shortcuts specifically created for the action button or a list of various apps from which there are specific shortcuts to choose from. You can also store shortcuts you have created yourself, and I will show you a few examples. To do this, go to Open App at the top left and then select the specific app that you want to open using the shortcuts with the action button. And this app opens every time you press the action button, no matter where you are. This is very useful, especially for apps that you use very often. There is now a direct Shazam integration into the action button via music recognition. This is then displayed at the top of the dynamic island. This means you can quickly and easily recognize music via Shazam. So you can see there are countless possibilities with shortcuts in conjunction with the action button. At the moment you can only operate the action button with one function by holding it down, but I could also imagine several gestures, for example by double pressing or triple pressing. This would allow more functions to be used and get even more potential out of the whole new thing. So I hope that Apple will do more with it in the future with its next big update. But feel free to tell me your opinion about the whole thing in the comments. And for all those who have an iPhone 15 Pro or 15 Pro Max, I would like to know how you use the action button, or maybe you would have the classic mute switch back. I personally use it as a mute switch. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, then give it a like to let me know, and I'll see you in my next video.